Do you want to know how to get crazy smooth footage with your camera? So, gimbals are the secret sauce, and today we're gonna talk everything about it. I'm gonna show you how to use it in the right way, and I'm gonna give you some creative tips. The gimbal that I have with me today is the ZHIYUN M3. It's a very lightweight gimbal, but very powerful. The M3 can hold up to full frame camera, something that would require a much bigger gimbal and much bulkier. Now, with the M3, you can achieve this in a much smaller pack. Now, since we are outside with the gimbal, let me give you some good examples of what you can achieve with something like this. The way to do this is by holding the camera against an object in the foreground, and then you slowly reveal what is in the background. So, to who I would recommend this gimbal? Well, this gimbal is totally recommended if you have an APS-C camera or a full frame camera that is not so big. So we're gonna do a parallax effect now, and the way we achieve this is by keeping the subject right in the middle of the frame while we circulate around it. Alright, so this is the test of the light that comes with the gimbal. I think for a dark scenario, it's pretty handy. The gimbal itself, it's ultra light. You know, the other gimbals that I have, they are so massive that every time that I need to take outside, I think it twice. That's because they are really heavy and huge. Now with this one, I can carry with me, I put in the backpack and I can go anywhere with this thing and I can utilize it on the go. It's very handy. The motors in this, they are very powerful. So again, even with a full frame camera, considering that it's not a huge one, you will be able to utilize it and have a lot of fun with this thing. So let's have a look at the layout of the gimbal itself. You have the screen at the front. Now, let's have a look first at the joystick. The joystick, as usual, you can utilize to control the gimbal, okay, to all axes that you want to go. Then you have a button here for modes, where you can choose the type of mode that you want to utilize, okay. You have also here, if you touch the screen, you have the option here to select the type of modes. You have pan follow, you have lock, you have follow, you have point of view, then you have go, then you have vortex and portrait. And all of these, they work really well with any type of camera. I mean, I have the A7C and I can utilize all these modes without any issues. This gimbal has a very fast charging. If I'm not mistaken, it's a power delivery capable. So that means that you can plug here a USB-C cable and it will charge very fast. In terms of battery usage, I use it for the entire day. I think it lasts plus than 7 hours and I still have some battery left here with the gimbal. So I don't think you're gonna face any issues having to worry about the battery life. See, one thing that you need to consider when utilizing this gimbal is the size of the lens. If you have a very big lens and very heavy, you will face some challenges to balance the gimbal. I will tell you why. You see, this arm here, it kind of limits a little bit how far you can go backwards with the camera. Okay, so if you have a lens that is very heavy at the front, what you have to do is to bring the camera back. But there is a limit until which extent you can go back with the camera. And if the lens is super heavy, you cannot go so further at the back part of the gimbal, then you will not be able to balance it properly. If you have, for example, that Sigma lens 18-35, that one is a very heavy one, and for sure it will not balance well in this gimbal. Now, if you have another lens that is not so heavy, then for sure you can utilize here and you can balance it very well. Or if you carry prime lenses, for sure you'll be able to utilize it and you will not have any problems at all. So to who I would recommend this gimbal? Well, this gimbal is totally recommended if you have an APS-C camera or a full frame camera that is not so big, because although the gimbal is very small and compact, it comes with some trade-offs, okay? You will not be able to put here a very bulkier and heavy set of camera and lens. Now for me, I find it perfect because the camera that I have is not so big and I managed to balance it perfectly with the M3. So I'm pretty happy with the result. So that's been it, guys. If you want to know more about other tech related stuff, you can click on this video or this other video here. Thanks for watching and I see you in the next one.